So many times when people think about careers in aviation, or they think aviation in general, they think about a commercial airplane and being the pilot, or maybe being the flight attendant. But they don't really consider all those other jobs that go into supporting that pilot, like I mentioned earlier with the aviation weather forecasting. But they don't realize that there's people at the airport, there's people that work for the government, there's people that work for the aircraft manufacturers, there's people that have to maintain the airplanes. There's all this wide array of jobs that are all associated directly with aviation and with airports. And so that's what I really want to tell you about today is all the different opportunities that exist in aviation. So if you really like planes or you think planes are cool, and if you especially like science and math courses in school, then aviation could be something that would be of interest to you. Believe it or not, there's graphic designers that work in aviation. There's architects that work in aviation because someone has to build that airport terminal building, right? There's engineers that design the airplanes. There's engineers that design the runways themselves, which is more what my career does right now. There's also the air traffic controllers and the towers that help tell the airplanes where to go and keep them from running into each other. There's the airlines themselves, which have lots and lots of people behind the scenes that are helping coordinate where the airplanes are all going and doing the sales and the reservations. So really with aviation, the sky is really the limit, as funny as that sounds. But there's so many different career paths that are not just being a pilot. Not that there's anything wrong with being a pilot, but there's so many other things that you can do with aviation. Say you want to be an electrician or you want to be a plumber, or maybe you just want to be a contractor and you want to build things and do construction. All of those jobs directly relate to an airport and to aviation. We need those positions every day. For example, the airport that I started working at in Casper, Wyoming, it's a fairly small airport. It does have passenger service by airplanes to Denver and Salt Lake City, as well as Las Vegas. But on staff, there were 30 people. There were people that help take the money at the parking lot when you come in and out of the parking lot. There's several electricians, there's several plumbers, because the airport's over 5,000 acres of land and buildings. There's hundreds of buildings on the airport, and somebody has to maintain all of those buildings. And so we had a huge maintenance staff. We also had police and firefighters. Each airport that has commercial service from an airliner, they all have to have firefighters on the ground. And so there's police, there's the Transportation Security Administration, there's the TSA folks that make sure that you're clear and you're not carrying anything dangerous onto the plane when you arrive at the airport. There's the people checking you in at the airport, taking your ID and printing off your ticket and taking your bag for you. Really, anything and every job that you can think about is almost directly related to aviation. You can be a paramedic on an airplane that serves